Sandy and Chris finally got in their room.
So we get into our room, and it looks nice. We're in a corner room, and FYI, if you're ever in a corner room, it does not get dark at night because you have windows all around the corners. A lot more light gets in, so it's and it's lit up around the resort, so it's it wasn't really super dark, and I'm used to super dark, and I was realizing it's a hotel, whatevs, but it doesn't get dark. Not a big deal. But we went in, and of course we had Sammy. At the point, Sammy was 11 months and crawling like crazy, and you know, any 11-month-olds crawling like crazy will put anything and everything in their mouth that they can find. There was a big armoire. It looked like everything that was left over from all the other rooms was kind of thrown into this room. The beds were, but I guess the beds were different heights than yours.
They were.
So it was crazy. One bed was really low, one bed was really high.
One bed was real soft, one bed was
real hard. Yeah.
Which I
didn't
notice because I always just laid in my bed.
But it was weird because Sammy could almost try to get up on one, and then the other one we had to be careful that he didn't roll off in the night. But that was, you know, those are just nuances of having a toddler. But the armoire, is am I saying that right?
Yeah.
The chest.
Wardrobe.
The wardrobe. It was broken inside, and like the broken pieces they had set on top. So as soon as I put anything on top, a bunch of like a wood piece and a bunch of screws fell down. And I was like, awesome, this is great. So I'm like scrambling to make sure I get every little screw up from, you know, everything that so Sammy doesn't try to eat them, and I pushed everything back so that we didn't have that. That was fine. The bathroom was fine. Mousekeeping.
Wait a minute, I thought the bathroom door.
Oh, the bathroom door broke the second we opened it. Like the inside thing. And I was like, what is going on? This is like, you know, and by this point, we didn't get into our room until almost 9 o'clock.
Yeah. So, but remember, I said, I felt like all of this was on me. So then, when all of this bad stuff's happening to them, I mean, she handled it like a champ. But I'm going, oh crap, they're never going to stay on property again.
Nah, it was, I mean, even though it was a bad first impression experience.
So did you call down to the desk and let them know that there was problems?
At that point, we had been talking to the desk, but it was still about the keys. And because through the night, like I was worried they were going to call once we got to sleep because they were supposed to be calling back because they were still trying to work up the magic bands, which they never did. So the next day for mousekeeping, we always left a tip every day, and a cute little card thing. But this day, I left a note, I left the screws, and I left the broken piece of the bathroom, and I said, this fell off, smiley face. And because I was like, I just don't even, I was so frustrated, I just wanted to go to sleep, get the kids to sleep, I was done. So I should probably like write Caribbean Beach and be like, hey, this is what happened. This was my room number. 2404.
No, that was Mom's.
2402.
Yes, we were 2403.
Don't stay in that room. Yeah.
So
anyway, so then
how was your mousekeeping experience?
Mousekeeping. Okay, again, I have 2 kids in diapers.
Ours was great.
2 kids in diapers. 2. The very first day there was trash bags in the trash cans. The rest of the week there was no trash bags in the trash cans. So I'm like, I don't even have trash bags.
They always left extra trash bags.
They even left a roll of trash bags in her room. A freaking roll. So she ended up giving it to us because I'm like, I'm putting dirty poopy diapers in these empty trash. This is gross. I doubt that they like sanitize them and wipe them out every day. And Chris actually used the shampoo and conditioner and the lotion. They didn't ever replenish it. Not even once. Like they were gone and he didn't replenish it. I was like, what on earth? And so I'm like, okay, well maybe the next day, maybe no, it never happened. But I wasn't gonna call about that.
Popcorn. Do you remember the popcorn in the bed?
Oh, they didn't. They must have just. And maybe they don't. Maybe that's standard. Like they don't change the sheets every day if it's the same family.
Or
brush them off. The night we got popcorn from Mickey's Scary Halloween, the very first night. Second night. The next day, after we would go to get into bed, there was popcorn kernels in our bed from where Emma was eating in the bed the night before, and they didn't even there was a lot. Like it was enough that they should have seen it. So they just all tucked it in nice and tight.
And our beds were perfect.
I don't know.
Night.
It was just we never.
No, we didn't complain. We didn't do anything.
Because we were exhausted by the time we got back, and it just.
Yeah. So that part wasn't as magical.
That part wasn't as magical. And then, hold on. And then we couldn't find, for the life of us, the daggone drink machine.
Oh, that's true. In a couple of nights it was broken.
And so it was just, that was frustrating. And that's because of the construction. Because normally you wouldn't have all those machines, right?
Yeah, no. I mean, you didn't in other places.
Yeah. So, I mean, that was a blessing. It ended up being because every morning Chris would go get us drinks.
And
once we found
charges?
Oh, yeah. So it was almost like the entire time our reservation didn't exist. The very first night, they put because we were 3 separate reservations, all of my mom's charges, that anything that she did to the room in her dinner that night, they charged it to our card in our room. I don't even know. I don't even know, guys.
Yeah, and she wasn't, we had to connect her, to the photo pass and everything.
Yeah.
It's she wasn't connected. And even as we came home, we all got cute little Dumbo card.
Yeah, you get that, thank you for your vacation.
Thank you, family, for coming and staying.
We didn't get that at all.
They didn't get anything.
Nothing. So it was almost like they're like, the other 2 families got you, don't need it.
So.
We did get the pins.
Yes.
That was
the
nice.
The little there.
If you didn't know that they were there, you would have missed them.
Yeah. So the pros and the cons of it. Would you, now being a first time and going, you're better now, you got it under your belt, are you going to stay on property going forward, or did this experience tell you?
Now, all of that bad stuff being said, if I can afford it, I will always stay on property. Isn't that crazy?
Why is that?
So, because the pros, being in that Disney bubble, it's not just a phrase. Like, it's legit. Like, you are in your Disney bubble. We had to, which we'll recap another day, Chris had to go to Walmart because first aid, nobody had the medicine that my son needed that we didn't know we were going to need. No, my daughter needed. So he had to leave and actually go to Walmart. He had to leave his Disney bubble for Walmart, guys.
They don't even do Walmart at home.
It's so frustrating. But so he texted me. He's like, I hate this. But it was nice. It was nice having everything connected to the Magic Band. Honestly, like that was the biggest draw, except for the door not working with it. But that was beautiful. Like not carrying a purse, not worrying about my wallet, not worrying about anything. It just boom, charge it to my room, charge it to my card that's attached. That was awesome. Apparently, boom, charge my mom's card to mine too. Okay, so pros, I guess.
Yeah.
Since we've talked a lot of the cons. Pros, I did like the little beachy area. That was just like a little short walk. We didn't really use it, I think, one, because all of our kids would have gotten sand into every single crevice they possibly could have. And we never really had a leisurely time that we could just go and then go.
I mean, we had a resort day, but it was not to where, we went swimming on that day.
Yeah, which was that
boom
huge pro. Caribbean Beach Resorts pool is so much fun. I did not think I was going to be getting on not just one water slide, but 2 water slides. I haven't been on a water slide in years. One, I'm poo size, so I get scared that I'm not going to fit in a water slide. But it was so much fun.
It was. And to be honest, this is our first time staying at Caribbean Beach. And I don't know that we'll stay there. Maybe after all the renovations and stuff, we'll go look at it and see. It was not my favorite. I know some people just love that. It is their favorite resort. It was pretty, and the construction was not bad.
No, I
didn't hear it and stuff. The only part that we didn't care for was their food area. It was just not as convenient as like we stayed at Coronado. And so I think we've been spoiled by Coronado Springs. It is really, really nice, and that may be the one that we just are like, that's where we're going. Especially since they've renovated. But Caribbean Beach, the rooms were not as amazing as I think Coronado was. But we probably will stay at other ones and see. Because we like to try out different ones. But it was beautiful. But the pool surpassed everything.
Even just the kiddie pool too.
They had so much fun. And and the slides were great. Our friends were there visiting with us that day. John and Nate. And they were they had fun coming and swimming with us. They went to Disney Springs with us that day.
Oh yeah.
They just had a wonderful time. and had so much fun swimming. I mean, and it was, I think we ended up getting there like, what, 7 or 8 at night?
Yeah, but we swam until like
10.
10, yeah, it was a long time.
Our kids had so much fun, and they have a 0 entry pool, so like it was easy to go
for
in.
Mom too, it was easy. Yeah, it's hard for her.
And
their footing.
And the kids just played around in the little area.
And at night, do you remember what happened? Towards the end of the night, the fireworks.
Yes. I think it was Hollywood Studios.
Yeah. So much. So we were like in the pool, kind of like the waiting area.
Yeah.
And over the gate, you could see the fireworks, and it was beautiful.
It was just
gorgeous
cool.
Night.
But it was like, okay, this is why you stay at Disney. And that's what I made sure I said after all the pressure. I was like, this is why you stay at Disney. Yeah. You can watch fireworks while you're swimming.
Even Dad was loving it.
Yeah, I mean, it was just a really, really cool experience.
Yeah.
And I think they tried to make the food area, like at night, they had like kind of reggae bands playing and stuff, and like Jamaican music and stuff, and it was cute atmosphere, but I just prefer the nice food court where you know where stuff is. And there, I feel like if you weren't eating the buffet, your choices were just
that was another thing that happened.
What?
As we're leaving the pool area, I really wanted to get a Caribbean beach mug because I wanted to commemorate what was going on. Like our first stay on Disney property, which by the way, that is my favorite mug right now. I love that mug. Anyways, but I went and they have like little, almost like food truck style shops set up for you everywhere. And it has like that stuff, like the Caribbean Beach hat or the shirts or the mugs. You know, they don't have a ton of stuff, but just some stuff.
Yeah.
And then all the kid novelty things. So the mugs are $14.95. Says on the bottom, $14.95. Just be careful, watch your purchases, because it totally rang up like 16 something, and it ended up being like 17 something something with tax. And I was like, okay, that's only a couple dollars. And the lady, I am surprised I didn't have an attitude about this, because did you know about this?
That she...
Oh yeah. So I was like, oh ma'am, I said, I think the cup was $14.95. She goes, in Florida we pay tax. Did you know about that?
No,
she goes, in Florida we pay tax. I wanted to be like, and if I would have been quick on my feet, I would have been like, we do in Indiana too, but it's totally different price. And sure enough, the mug rang up for like $1.50 or so extra, or $2 extra than what it was. So they had to get a manager, and I had to sit there and wait. And so everybody else was already back in their rooms.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. I mean, it took a good 15, almost 20 minutes to get it all resolved.
That's true. We did leave you. I forgot.
Yeah, you left me. But so then, we had to drive back to our side. So it was frustrating.
But
I got my mug and I love it. So we just watch your purchases, because it wasn't their fault. I mean, she didn't have to kind of arrogantly say, we pay tax in Florida. And she said it just like that too. I really was like, seriously? But another pro was where we stayed at the Martinique building, being so close to the bus stop.
Yes.
Now,
okay, if y'all remember, we said that Dad was only going to go like twice
on the bus.
Guess what he did?
Every
day, and he pulled Mom in, and she did it too.
Yeah, he did. And then one day, me and Chris decided to try it out.
They made her, and sometimes they would take my kids on the bus with them on their scooters.
Yeah.
They would take one day, or a couple of days they took Libby, and a couple of days they took, or one day they took Gabby, which I was like, whoa, brave. Yeah. But, they did that, and the bus system ended up working out pretty good for them.
Yes and no. It worked out. You have to make sure you leave a little bit earlier.
First off, it worked out because they don't have children. They have children because we're their children.
But not like babies.
Yes.
If you have a double stroller, it's a little more difficult. If you are in an ECV, the scooters, it is difficult. But there's a perk. You get on first.
Yeah. And
anybody in your party gets on first with you. There is a downside. You have to back it in, and if you're embarrassed about having to use a scooter, it could be very embarrassing. My mom, her disability is not something that you can physically see unless she takes her shoes off. And so for her, it was embarrassing the first couple times. But, and people look at you like, oh, you're just fat, that's why you need a scooter. Or at least it's what we think in our heads.
Yeah.
To be honest.
That's true.
Our insecurities. But you have to get the scooter on, the driver has to come and help you. And once your scooter's in there, then you can go sit in a regular seat, or they can actually seatbelt you in your scooter.
So if there's not seats, you have to sit on your scooter, and you have to be seatbelted on your scooter.
Yeah, which is
a whole big thing.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's downsides to it. My in-laws just went, and they had a double stroller, and they didn't have a car, so they took the bus everywhere. Even, I don't know if they swam, but yeah. So, but the bus, it works. I mean, it's good. You don't have to have a car if you don't want it.
And as what we're told is Caribbean Beach is a really big resort, so there's lots of stops, but it didn't seem to. And the parks were very, very busy when we were there. Things were very busy, but it ended up working out very nice for them. So we were shocked.
We were.
We didn't.
Good job, Daddy.
Yes. Woo woo. Go, Dad. So I think those are a lot of good pros and cons of what we experienced staying on property and being a part of that. I think it was a good experience. And
there was one more thing.
Oh, what?
We had stuff sent to the hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, another benefit of having staying on property is if you buy things in the park, you don't have to carry it around with you all day. You can have it sent to your resort. And so it was sent to, because, everything's cut up construction-wise, it was sent to like a certain place where they told you exactly where it was at check-in. Mm-hmm. And room 3109, for whatever reason, I remember. Trinidad, 3109. If you need to pick up your stuff, that's where it's at, guys. And they were open even late, so like we had our Christmas ornaments in there, and it was perfect.
Or like we were at Epcot and we got the girls' ears done like right before closing, and so of course they didn't have time to embroider it, so they sent it and we picked it up as we were actually checking out of the resort. Yeah, so it worked out really good.
Yep.
All right, so we're going to next talk about
dining plan.
All right, we'll talk about dining plan, then we'll talk about the parks. And then we're going to be talking about, I know we got a whole lot. So we're going to be talking about here in the next couple weeks too, our experience with our strollers and our scooters. The company that we used, the switch up that they did, the prices that we paid.
Amazing prices.
And what happened even when we got home. So there's a little teaser for you. So lots of stuff that we've got to recap. We feel like we haven't talked to y'all in such a long time. So
sorry, this is long.
This is long. We know this is a two-parter, but it's okay. We thank you for staying with it, and I feel like I'm like,
good job, guys.
Good job.
All right, so that is all for today, and we will see you guys next time. Until then, have a magical day.